Reardon today and 1 to Mountjoy when they restarted, made it 6-5 in Mountjoy's favour. And in the next frame, we watched a frame that had everyone, quite honestly, fascinated. And it was a frame which broke the long-standing World Snooker Championship highest break record. When it was over, Doug Mountjoy came here into the studio to talk to us about it and to tell us exactly how he did it.
This is the start, is it?
Yep, right at the start of the break, Doug. Of course, here you were in frames leading 6-5 and a crucial stage in the match with surely no thoughts of big breaks, of course, at this stage.
No, just thinking of getting in there.
What were your own feelings about the way the match had gone at this stage?
Well, obviously very pleased to be in front and to extend it. Every frame is a point, and I think this is what we're looking for, not actually making centuries or making big breaks, but just to win.
Because Ray's an old rival of yours, isn't he? In more ways than one.
Well, as they say, he's an old war horse, you know, and he is.
16.
He's a very difficult man to beat.
Now here, there was perhaps just a sign that something was on, wasn't it?
Well, I could see the reds were split. I think there was something like 3 or 4 reds around the pink that wouldn't actually go. But the rest were on. It just meant that I had to be careful with positional play, this sort of thing, and who knows? A bit awkward to get at that shot. Red in the way.
But at this stage, of course, just a normal frame progressing with the thoughts of trying to get just as many points on the board as possible.
You know, of course, you need something like 8, 9 reds to put yourself safe. And it's an awful lot of reds. And of course, with blacks in good colors. I'm looking pretty good here. The right angle on the black to get on the reds. Sort of working the one side of the table
32.
there.
Of course, this is the first time you've seen all this, isn't it, since you actually played the frame?
Yeah, it is. I can relax now.
Because one of the great qualities of your play is that you've built some big breaks before, haven't you? Once you get at the table, this is what a lot of your opponents fear.
Well, strangely enough, I got to the semi-finals before I made a century this year. And normally I make a century and I'm out first round, which isn't very clever. It's not all about making centuries, of course, but they do win frames.
Now, what was the decision you had to make here?
Well, there's no real decision. I'm just going to just slice off the pack and come for the black. I mis-hit it, in actual fact, and I left a fine-cut black. Now, I've made up my mind that I'm going for these because off that angle, I could clip the black in to play down the table, but I put side on to get into the pack. So obviously, I'm now going for a break.
And was this really the moment when, you know, in your mind, that little thing triggered off with a big one on here?
Well, if I'd used the rest there to take the red on the far side, I could have stayed on the black to make a 147. But I'm just looking to win the frame. This is why I'm taking this red here for the blue. It's the easier shot.
57.
Because obviously the most important thing is to win the frame.
Do you regret not making the other decision now? Now you know what's happened in hindsight?
What if I'd missed it?
Ray Reardon would have been laughing, I'll tell you.
He would have, yeah. Me doing all the work.
I'll tell you what, by now everybody was conscious that something very special was on. Players were watching this in the theatre and in fact on television monitors, and John Spencer and John Virgo were both together, and they were playing every shot, I can tell you. They weren't always agreeing with you.
No. Well, I'm taking a lot of time over this blue because the red I want is being covered by the pink there. So I need precise position. The white just off the blue spot to get onto that red. That is the red that I want. And luckily I've played it just right. You see, there wasn't a lot of room for error.
Oops.
Trying to watch my back arm.
Better
with
watch
the
your
green
foot as
there.
well.
63.
I've got a perfect angle there on the black to get into the pack of reds there. But they don't go that kindly, if I can remember rightly. From here on in, I play a few long shots. Luckily, they go down.
Yes, you're having a good look there before you played that black. Decision, I think, whether to split them up or not. Yes.
No, that didn't do me any favors. But I've committed myself now. I'm going for the eye break, and there's only one red really I can take, and it's the long red into the green pocket to screw back for the black. I could have held it, of course, for the pink, but I'm looking for every point that I can get from here on.
I mean, so from now on, it's after the big money break, the frame's happy.
Anything higher than 143.
Ah,
78.
Well, there's only 5 reds left there, and I'm pretty confident now that I'm going to clean these reds.
79.
It's in my mind that with every red I must take a black. So it's careful positioning with the white ball. Like that. There's another bad shot.
yes.
Well, you can tell, look at me.
86.
Now, you look pretty despondent over that one.
Well, I tried to stun it straight through for either the red that I have kissed into the left-hand pocket or the one into the right. Just an ordinary shot, and it seemed to sort of sway over to the left. But I think I make up for it with this shot.
So what are you trying to do here?
Well, it's just a screw back onto the top cush and back out for the black. In actual fact, I've got a perfect angle, which is lucky, which is fortunate for me. Just skimming past the black, off the top cush to the black. I'm going a bit straight on this black.
Yeah, you got applause not only in the audience, but from other players for that red, I can tell you.
Another bad shot, really. I played to come the other side of the red to pot the red in the opposite top pocket.
Look at Ray Reardon.
Well,
Somebody remarked he had eyes like a cash register at that stage.
I think Ray there wants me to make the break.
Oh, I think
in actual
everybody
fact.
did. They were all saying,
Yeah.
come on, Doug, then, you know. People
Because-
want to see people succeed then.
He knew what I was about to do. I'm looking good. That's the position I wanted on the black. I've just a stem over for the red on the left-hand cush there. It's not a difficult shot. And that's my century. I thought you were going to roll my sleeves up then.
Your highest personal break, Doug, was what?
This is my highest personal break, but I've made it on a number of occasions now. But this is the first time I've ever made an eye break in a top tournament or championship.
Of course, now you know very well that Dennis Taylor was holding the high break of this championship 135. The record in the championship 142, held jointly by Bill Werbeneck and Rex Williams. That has stood for a couple of years, but I'm sure you knew all about that at this stage.
Oh, yeah. Everything is going through my mind. I'm just trying to concentrate now on potting balls. I wasn't too pleased with that shot in actual fact because I played it in the yellow pocket, the bottom pocket there. And it's looking good to go in the middle. But I still want to get back down for the black. So, of course, I've got to play length of the table with the white to come back down for the black. Not really hard enough there on the black. But now you see me looking to check to see if I can pass the pink to play two angles, the bottom side cush, the bottom cush to get on the yellow. Which if I could get through, of course, would put me smack on the yellow.
I think you said something there. Can you remember what it was?
Oh, there was a nut on the table.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to kill it, you know. But I had to. He's just running away from me. I was very pleased to see that black go in because I knew its position, the way I used to. I knew that I was on the yellow. Now this is a terrible shot. From this position, it should be just perfect position from here on in. And I underscrew the shot. Terrible. Now this leaves me with a quarter ball green going up the table, so I have to check side it to pot the brown in the same pocket. It's not an easy shot to do. Very relieved to see that one go in as well. There's no problems now.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think there is, you know. I'm just looking now to check position on the pink to make sure that it's perfect and that I'm not giving myself any problems to get on the black.
How nervous were you at this stage, or were you not nervous at all?
You're bound to be nervous. I mean, as long as your position is correct and there are no difficult shots involved, then no matter how nervous you are, you shouldn't miss. This is your cueing action. You're cueing well, and you know, obviously I'm cueing well here. So I'm not thinking that I'm going to miss a ball, but possibly that I could miss position. Now I went off two cushions there, and as you can see, I landed perfect on the black. I knew I wasn't going to miss the black.
So high break beaten, Now the break, the championship break. The black to go down. Oh, was that over your heart or your wallet, Doug? £6,200 black.
The club amateurs wouldn't miss that, I don't suppose, but for a record break, I'm taking my time, that's it. I look pleased, don't I?
Just a bit. And I think Ray Reardon was pleased for
He
it.
was. Well, once he knew he couldn't win the frame, he was very pleased that I'd made the break. He's a great sportsman in actual fact, Ray.
145, the new World Championship break by Doug Mountjoy. £5,000 for breaking the record, £1,200 for the highest break, and everybody delighted, especially Doug Mountjoy. Well, of course, you take the money, Doug, providing nobody else beats it.
I doubt whether 145 will be beaten. It's possible, obviously, but especially the latter stages of the semi-final, the final, you're just looking to win the frame, not going for high breaks.
So really it came to you at possibly a very good time in the match, did it, the chance?
Yes, well, it's something that just happens, and it doesn't happen very often, and it was there and I took it.
Pretty rare moment, a marvellous moment, because after that, I mean, you went on to finish off that session. You now sit here leading Ray Reardon 9 frames to 6. Going into tomorrow, you must be pretty happy.
Yes, of course, it's nice to have a lead, especially with Ray. But he's such a dangerous man. There's 2 sessions to play, and I'll be there sort of waiting for him to come back at me, because I know he always does. So there's still plenty of snooker to play.
You've played him a number of times. You must know him as a person. How do you think he's reacting to the situation? Not just being behind, but having seen you put that break down. That must have an effect on him, surely. Or is he Iron Man enough not to worry about it?
He'll worry about it.
16 frames tomorrow. Let's now go straight back to the Steve Davis-Cliff Thorburn match. This is as they came back after their interval. It's the 19th frame. It's 9-all. It's Cliff Thorburn to break off, and Ted Lowe and Rex Williams are in the commentary box.